Today on Film Facts, we're going to be taking a look at a show that revolves both around a 80s classic and a kick in the face. Yes, we're going to be taking a look at the Cobra Kai TV series that was recently plucked from YouTube and placed straight into Netflix. So let's not waste any more time and get stuck in, because if you had questions like what references and Easter eggs to the original film are sprinkled into this show, what long-standing fan theory could be confirmed by this show, and
Banzai Danielson!
Hey, Banzai!
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 oh, would you look at that, it's number 1. So, Cobra Kai is an action comedy drama TV show based on the 1984 movie Footloose.
He's the new kid in town, and the music's on his side.
Let's dance!
Nah, I'm just kidding. Based on the Karate Kid. As well as taking elements and events that were set up in both the Karate Kid 2 and the Karate Kid 3. The show stars William Zabka reprising his role as Johnny Lawrence and Ralph Macchio reprising his role as Danny LaRusso. Cobra Kai is set 34 years after the events of the Karate Kid and re-examines the narrative from the point of view of Johnny Lawrence, as it follows his journey from a washed-up nobody to the owner of the newly resurrected Cobra Kai Karate Dojo. This decision rekindles his old rivalry with Danny LaRusso. The series originally was shown on YouTube Red, now YouTube Premium, and went on for 2 seasons before finally being acquired by Netflix in June of 2020. Number 2. The genesis of this show may have come from 2 particular events. First, the music video Sweep the Leg by No More Kings, which was directed by and stars William Zabka as a character of himself as Johnny Lawrence, and also features several references to the Karate Kid. The second was a cameo appearance by both Ralph Macchio and William Zabka in the show How I Met Your Mother. That's a good show, isn't it? I think. Cobra Kai was pitched to and offered by several streaming services including Netflix, Amazon, Hulu and AMC before finally ending up on YouTube Red. According to William Zabka, they had originally wanted the show to be picked up by Netflix, which would eventually happen anyway. So there you go. Dreams do come true, kids. Ooh, it's number 3. Despite the show being set in California, filming of the show actually took place in Atlanta, Georgia for the first season. However, there were certain exterior shots that were filmed in LA. Some of those locations include the exterior of the Golf and Stuff establishment and the South Seas apartments, both of which were featured in the original Karate Kid movie. Oh, number 4. One of the biggest elements of this show is the rivalry and contrast between Johnny Lawrence and Danny LaRusso. Johnny has become a washed-up loser living in the same apartments that Danny once lived in when he first moved to LA, with even the same colour scheme of the apartments initially made to match that of Danny's in the first film. Another way this show shows the contrast between the 2 characters is in the way they drink, because they're both alcoholics. Johnny is seen drinking constantly, Coors Banquet, while Daniel drinks cocktails and craft beers. Daniel even mocks Johnny's choice of drink in one episode, showing that Johnny is a blue-collar type guy and someone who is stuck in his ways by drinking only one type of alcohol.
What, you got something to say?
No, nothing, Johnny. Enjoy your Coors.
What a wanker. I got 5 on it. Oh, copyright strike. Another contrast between the 2 characters is their use of technology. Danny very much has no problem with using modern technology, but Johnny is seen as a technophobe. Daniel is seen living in the modern age, while Johnny is still stuck in the 80s and has never really moved on. Daniel is seen wearing smart clothing including suits, while Johnny dresses in just jeans and a t-shirt. Even the way they teach karate are wildly opposites of each other. Johnny's karate is all about being fast, brutal and showing no mercy, while Danny's karate is about balance, control and more than just throwing punches, thanks to his training from Mr. Miyagi. Oh, don't believe it, it's number 6. Cobra Kai is very much part of the Karate Kid series, referencing several events that occurred during all 3 of the main films. The All Valley tournament is seen right off the bat using footage from the first film and even some unused footage from the first film. This tournament is mentioned and seen several more times and is the hook that this show hangs on. Later at the end of season 1 we see a modern day version of this tournament and an interesting repeat of history with a twist. The Cobra Kai code is spoken by Johnny to his students and painted on the wall of the dojo, while also being referenced several times by multiple characters throughout the show. Wax on and wax off is referenced once during when Miguel asks Johnny how he would like to clean the windows, to which Johnny replies, he doesn't give a shit. This is referenced again when Daniel teaches Robbie the wax on wax off technique, just as Mr. Miyagi had taught him. Johnny tells Miguel his side of the story of the events of the Karate Kid. During this segment we see several moments from the first film. But that's not all, because there's more. In this next bit. This next bit coming up right now. Right now. It's coming right. Number 7, baby. Number 7. The golf and stuff date montage is very similar from the date scene in the first movie. Both Miguel and Johnny live in a similar apartment that young Danny LaRusso lived in the first film. Mr. Miyagi makes an appearance in flashbacks using footage from the movies. Likewise, Johnny's old teacher makes an appearance, as well as John Kreese returns to Cobra Kai and his star student. Daniel asks Kreese how his knuckles are doing.
How your knuckles doing there, Kreese?
A reference to a moment in the Karate Kid 2 in which Kreese attempts to throw a punch at Mr. Miyagi, only to miss and have his fist go right through a car window. What a twat. We see Johnny meet up with all the original Cobra Kai kids, now much older of course, as they spend one last moment with their friend Bobby, who is dying. Interestingly enough, the last shot of Bobby is of him being zipped up in a body bag, making a visual nod to Bobby's famous line in the first Karate Kid film, in which he yells,
Go on. Get him a body bag! Yeah! Alright.
The show teases us several times with a possible rematch between Johnny and Daniel, including this shot with the pair of them standing face to face, harkening back to their now legendary match in the first Karate Kid film. You wanna know a secret? It's number 8. Speaking of references, Daniel's car given to him by Mr. Miyagi in the first film is seen in this show as well, and is the exact same car from the movie. But the show even has a slight unintentional connection to the Karate Kid remake starring Jackie Chan and him, as Will Smith acts as an executive producer on Cobra Kai.
Good heavens, number 9.
Cobra Kai was released on YouTube Red, with the first 2 episodes being released and viewable for free, baby! Those episodes managed to gain over 5 million views in just the first 24 hours. YouTube even put out the first 2 episodes, followed by the original film, in over 700 cinemas within the United States as part of a special event.
I say, old chap, it's number 10.
There has been a long-standing theory that Danny LaRusso was actually the true antagonist in the Karate Kid. This theory comes from the fact that Danny seems to instigate a lot of the confrontations between him and Johnny. This theory is somewhat strengthened in this show, as we see Daniel angered and almost insulted at the idea of Johnny reopening Cobra Kai, despite this action being a clear attempt by Johnny to improve his life. This theory is even explored further in the show when Johnny tells Miguel his side of the story regarding the events of the Karate Kid.
Then Daniel LaRusso came to town. Next thing I know, he's hitting on her. I see the two of them flirting with each other. Out of nowhere, the guy sucker punching.
What an asshole.
I know, man.
Well, there you go, 10 facts about Cobra Kai. No doubt we'll be exploring the rest of the Karate Kid series as well, so if you don't want to miss out on that, or you just want to help out the channel, then please do consider subscribing and hitting the bell thingy to stay notified. And of course, a like on this video really does help us out a lot, like a lot. And of course, if you want more of this, then why not check out our other Film Facts videos? They cover both film and TV. But thanks for watching, guys.